Are we leaving? Can we please welcome Governor.mov and we're going to honor him with our highest award.
Got it?
Yep.
All right. We're just working out the stage movements here. Can you hear me? Yeah. Is this better? Yeah. All right. We ought to make some noise. Why not? Joel, thank you for your leadership and for your very warm welcome to this podium and to this end-of-year celebration for the Commonwealth Seminar. And Joel made the case that you well know for why it matters that you are here in your house. But let me tell you why I think it matters. You heard lots of evidence, but the fact is that here in the Commonwealth, like in politics all around the country, there are a handful of people who know, no matter what, and no matter who the governor is, how to look after their interests up on Beacon Hill. Everybody else is the responsibility of the governor, and I intend to assume that responsibility. I'm glad you're here. I want to welcome and acknowledge the members of the legislature who are here, wonderful partners in so much of the good work that we do. I want to thank Joel and all of the leadership of the Commonwealth Seminar for what they do. I want to acknowledge members of my team who are here, some of whom you've heard about already, but particularly David Morales, who, as usual, is behind the scenes. And Richard Chacon, who's been in charge of a sterling new initiative around the New Americans Agenda. And Ron Marlowe. Is Ron here? Where's Ron? Ron Marlowe, who's the Assistant Secretary in charge of the Equality and Opportunity Agenda. I welcome you all. And I thank you very much for this, this wonderful award, which I hope you'll give me back. Yes? Okay. I accept it in the spirit of the warmth of the welcome to this, your State House. And also, I humbly accept it. And I want to thank you, Joel, for the, as I say, for the very, very warm introduction and the warm, and the extraordinary service you do for and through the Commonwealth Seminar. Let me say just a word or two about, really to build on some comments that Joel made, because there are still places where we can and must open the doors to government, to more people, to more citizens, because what all of you represent are folks who in 2009, and I look around the room, many of you much earlier, decided to take charge of your own civic lives. Your own civic lives. Not to wait for somebody else to do it. Not to wait for somebody else to invite you to do it, although I do so warmly. But to do it because you see your stake in your own and your neighbor's dreams and struggles. Citizenship has to be about seeing that stake. It has to be about saying, you know what, if I don't like it, I am responsible for trying to change it. And then building coalitions, sometimes with people you don't know, you don't deal with, you don't live nearby, you don't often work with, but who share our aspirations to serve the greater good. And the fact that we, any one of us, may differ on this or that individual policy choice doesn't mean that we can't have a kind of politics that says that we don't have to agree on everything before we can work together on anything. We have to find common cause. And that is more important now, perhaps, than at any time. Because a lot of our needs do require money, and there is not enough of it. We've had to close a $9 billion budget gap in the last 18 months. Just to give you a sense of what that is, that's 1/3 of the size of the state budget. And it has required some very, very difficult, choices that many of you are intimately familiar with. Unhappy choices. And they, for me, are not choices about how to balance just among different line items, because I see the faces and the lives and the aspirations behind every single one of those line items. And many of you here have helped me see that by introducing yourselves and the people you represent and you serve, who are members of your communities, to me and to my team, so that we had a very clear understanding of just what was at stake. And in the coming year, there are going to be more of those very difficult choices. God forbid, and help us all, if those choices are left to the handful of people who already know their way around this building. Because I promise you, there are key days up here, I've noticed, in the legislative calendar when the halls are full of folks who know who to call for what, how to move their agenda and protect their interests. And the question is, are you going to make your presence felt? You know now how to move around this building. More to the point, you know each other. And are you going to keep those relationships and those bonds together to advocate for what matters to you, to help us do a better job in serving the public and the greater good? If you take those lessons away from your experience with the Commonwealth Seminar, you will be better, and the Commonwealth will be better, and I will be a better governor for all of you, and I look forward to that. God bless you all, and happy holidays, and thank you for being here today.